You knew this would happen!
Don't you dare blame me! You walked away!
I didn't see anything.
In a town where everyone knows your name, one accusation is enough to destroy you. Lena Morris didn't kill anyone, but before the night ends, she'll realize the truth can be deadlier than guilt. I was washing a coffee mug when the police knocked. It was still warm in my hands, the blue ceramic chipped at the rim, the kind of flaw you don't notice until it's too late. The knock came again, heavier this time, like it already knew it wouldn't be welcome. "Lena Morris," a man's voice called through the door. My stomach sank. In a town as small as Ridgewood, Illinois, nobody knocked on your door at 6 in the morning unless something was wrong, or unless you were about to become it. "Yes," I answered, opening the door just enough to see the badges. They didn't smile. Ridgewood had one main street, 2 diners, and a memory longer than its patience. Everyone knew everyone, and secrets didn't survive long unless they were buried deep enough. The man who was dead knew that too. Evan Crowley. He'd been found in his hardware store the night before, bludgeoned behind the counter, the register untouched. That detail mattered. In Ridgewood, robbery was the excuse people used when they didn't want to say personal. I hadn't killed Evan Crowley, but I had argued with him, loudly, publicly, 2 nights before his death, and now the police were standing in my doorway. They asked me to come down to the station just to talk. That phrase is a lie everywhere, but especially in small towns. Inside the interrogation room, the air smelled like old coffee and judgment. Officer Daniels did most of the talking. Detective Rowan, new guy, not from Ridgewood, just watched me. That was worse. "Tell us about your relationship with Evan," Daniels said. "We didn't have one, not really." "That's not what witnesses say." "Witnesses, of course." I swallowed. "He owned the building where I run my bookstore. He was raising the rent. I confronted him." "Confronted?" Rowan finally spoke, calm, careful. "Or threatened?" I looked at him. I asked him how he slept at night. Daniels slid a photo across the table. It was Evan's body. My breath caught. Blood had soaked into the wood floor, dark and sticky, like the town itself had finally decided to spill something it had been holding back for years. "You were the last person seen arguing with him," Daniels said, "and you don't have an alibi for last night." I opened my mouth, closed it. I had been alone. They let me go, but Ridgewood didn't. By noon, the whispers had started. By evening, people stopped meeting my eyes. The diner owner forgot my order. Someone had scrawled "murderer" on my bookstore window by morning. Fear changes people fast. I tried to think logically. Evan had enemies, plenty. He was greedy, cruel in a polite, legal way. He'd forced out half the small businesses on Main Street. But none of that mattered, because I fit the story better. A struggling bookstore owner, a public argument, a woman who lived alone. Convenient. Detective Rowan came by the shop the next day. "I'm off duty," he said, holding up his hands when I glared at him. "I just want to talk." "About how everyone already thinks I did it?" I snapped. He didn't flinch. "About why Evan Crowley was killed without a single dollar taken." I hesitated, then nodded. We talked among the shelves, the smell of old paper grounding me. He listened, really listened, as I told him about Evan's quiet deals, his habit of strong-arming people with contracts instead of fists. "He was suing someone," Rowan said slowly. "A woman named Claire Benton." My heart skipped. Claire ran the flower shop. Sweet, soft-spoken, always bringing free bouquets to church. She doesn't seem capable of murder, I said. He met my eyes. Neither do you. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong. Not about Claire, but about how neatly I was being framed. Too obvious, too easy. Then I remembered something Evan had said during our argument. You think you know this town, Lena. You don't know who smiles while sharpening knives. At 2 a.m., I grabbed my coat. Claire's shop lights were on. That alone made my pulse spike. Through the window, I saw her, hands deep in a bucket, scrubbing something red from the tiles. Blood. I pushed the door open. She screamed. I didn't mean to, she sobbed before I could say a word. He came in drunk. He said he'd own me by Friday. I just snapped. The truth sat heavy between us, unexpected, unwanted. I didn't know what to do, she whispered. Then I remembered you. Everyone already hated him for what he did to you. My legs felt weak. She hadn't just killed Evan. She'd used me. The police arrived minutes later. Rowan had followed me. I didn't fight, didn't run. I just told the truth. Claire confessed everything. The town apologized quietly, awkwardly, like people do when shame has nowhere to sit. The graffiti was scrubbed off. The diner owner brought me free pie. Justice in Ridgewood came without parades, but it came. Sometimes that's enough. I reopened my bookstore a week later. Same chipped mug, same shelves, different eyes watching. In a small town, you're never invisible again once they've imagined you capable of murder. And maybe that's the real punishment. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.